G'day guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching the Wildkard Rugby Show, and this is Super Rugby Round 4, the New South Wales Rebels versus the Auckland Rebels. Yes, in a match that both teams were choking super hard, and for some reason, the Waratahs were literally wearing the Rebels away kit on the field. Yeah, I know it's for some charity, and I know I don't get paid enough to shield for them, so yes, as far as I'm concerned, they're wearing the Melbourne Rebels away kit. And that's pretty lackluster, really lackluster performance for both teams. And the biggest choker on the field, believe it or not, in this evening, is the Blues' Stephen Perofeta. He missed 4 out of 5 goal kicks tonight. And a number of those kicks were just literally right in front. And probably you and I could have kicked those over. That's how easy some of these kicks were. And it does look like to me maybe there's a little tweaking on the way that he set up his ball on the tee that has led to a little bit of an issue for his goal kicking tonight. So I just want to show you some pictures to see what I'm able to kind of like decipher the issue here. So that's the kick. That's the Stephen Feta tonight against the Rebels away kit. The ball is sit a little bit more flatter than he normally in his previous seasons. You can see some more pictures here, right? So this is Stephen Perofeta in the trial match in Japan. That's in the League One game, and that's the same tee that is using tonight. And as you can see, the ball is sitting like pretty much on like a 45-degree angle on the tee. That is not how he normally kicks the ball in previous seasons. In the previous seasons, the Stephen Perofeta has the ball sit a lot more upright. As you can see here, like the ball is almost vertical, and that has worked for him. Yeah, see, almost vertical in those previous seasons. Even in this one where he has a different tee, still the ball is almost vertical. Whereas in recent times, including tonight, this is a bad angle. The ball is much more flatter. This looks like it's pretty much vertical, but it's actually more like this. Very flat, pointing straight forward. And I also think that maybe because there has been raining before the match, the ground has been softened by a game that was played in the women's Super Rugby game. So maybe the ground's just a little bit too soft for the ball to be set up at the height that he's used to. So maybe the ball is just set a little bit, just sag a little bit more into the grass than he's used to. And yeah, and that's set up with this, especially with the pointy bit, much closer to the ground than he's been practicing recently. Probably my assessment, probably what I think is causing all the goal kick. Like, I'm very uncharacteristic missed goals from Stephen Perofeta tonight. But he also kicked the ball out, failed to find touch on one of the very easy touch finders as well. So yeah, he's just being put off at least by his missed goal kicks himself. Outside of that, the Blues were not able to convert a lot of their opportunities into points as well. Just very silly, handling errors. Poor decision making on the field, despite their overwhelming dominance in the scrummaging in particular was really good. Ofa Tuongafasi was just absolutely doing a number to Harry Johnson-Holmes in the scrummaging in the second half as well. The Blues reserve Angus Tarwell came on and it was continuing assert that dominance in that scrummaging. The line-out was much more better for the Blues as well than the Waratahs, more clinical in that front. And but the breakdowns was a bit of an issue for both teams. So yeah, the Blues was really almost throw the game away if the Waratahs wasn't so bad themselves as well in the game. The physicality for the Waratahs was really good, especially with Langi Gleeson early in the game. And then that just kind of like fallen off a cliff for the Waratahs. Lots of small errors everywhere. Knock-ons, breakdowns, not committing to the breakdowns, and most painfully, the penalty count. I was surprised that the referee Jordan Wade didn't give a yellow card to the Waratahs, as the second half was just like all Waratahs penalties. It was like one Blues penalty against the Blues, and it was just all like penalties, stack on penalties against the Waratahs. And I was surprised that Jordan Wade didn't even give a warning to the Waratahs for the repeated penalties, which was pretty. Should have at least given one and probably given a yellow card at some point, especially inside the 22 area. And outside of that, let's have a look at some of the match stats of the game. This game is really lackluster, really not much to talk about. Let me just give you the team score for the game. I think the Blues probably operated at like a 5. and the Waratahs was probably a 4 in terms of their performance out of 10. So not good for both teams. But yeah, I think the Blues were probably just grateful that they got out of that one without losing the game, to be honest. So let's have a look at the match stats. 1 tries for the Waratahs, 2 to the Blues. 492 run meters for the Waratahs to 612 for the Blues. Like I said, the Blues dominated the Waratahs in possession and still wasn't able to get anywhere near get any meaningful points on the board. 12 turnover considered against the Waratahs, 16 against the Blues. Yeah, that is very, very lackluster. Tackles made, 157 for the Waratahs, 18 missed tackles. The Blues, 161 tackles made, 29 missed tackles. The Blues had a poor tackling completion rate than the Waratahs. But again, Waratahs were pretty poor themselves, not able to convert that into any of the meaningful points for themselves too. Kicks in play, 23 for Waratahs, 25 for the Blues. The kicking game was pretty lackluster for the both teams. The Waratahs kicks were just a lot of those box kicks from Jake Gordon. I felt like just probably going a little bit too far. It's just not contestable. It's supposed to be contestable box kicks, and they're just not contestable, and just, yeah, pretty much just easy takes for the Blues. The goal kicking wise, yeah, 1 out of 5 for the Blues. Waratahs, Tane Edmund got both of his penalty. I'm pretty sure Tane Edmund missed one, right? I think Edmund missed one as well. I think this can't be right. I'm pretty sure Edmund missed one, but yeah, apparently he didn't miss one. I'm pretty sure he missed one. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just got confused because Perifetta missed too many. But lineouts, both teams were okay. Lineouts pretty solid. 14 for the Waratahs. The more for the Waratahs was a bit of an issue early in the game, but later on they did click into place to get that 1 try on the board. For the Blues, though, they also had a lot of the more setup wasn't clean as well. They did have one try disallowed because they ran into their own player from the maul. So that was not quite something that you wanted. Scrums, despite 1 scrum against the Blues, which was a little bit of an interesting one, that was a very filthy call against the Blues right in front of the try line as well. So the Blues had a scrum penalty against them on their own feed. They had a penalty that went for the scrum option, and they had just like Ofa Tuongafasi just like marching forward on the Lucet side slowly, and the referee said use it despite the scrum was still going forward, which I thought was the wrong call. And then the Finlay Christie, seeing that scrum still going forward, didn't take the ball out, and the referee said use it again. Still didn't take it out. I thought it was a penalty because it looked like the Blues had completely, dominated the scrum going forward. And then the referee actually turned the scrum over, saying that Finlay Christie did not use the scrum. I thought that was really, really bad call from the referee. So that was the only scrum the Blues lost. Outside of that, the Blues were absolutely dominant in their scrummaging. Penalties conceded, 15 against the Waratahs, 9 against the Blues. This is the highest penalty conceded so far this season in Super Rugby from any team. I don't remember seeing any team with higher penalty count than that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't remember so far this season. Maybe it was I actually don't remember one higher than 15. So that is no yellow cards given at all. We've seen yellow cards be given out earlier in the season for maybe 8 penalties, 10 penalties, 3-4 consecutive penalties would have been yielded a yellow card, and 15 penalties throughout the game, no yellow cards at all, no warning at all against the Waratahs. So Geordie Way was a little bit, I would say, a little bit biased there, I guess, against the Waratahs. Just going to call it right out. Let's have a look at some of the moments in the game. There really isn't much in this game. It was a lot of early physicality for the first about 20 minutes. Neither team was able to get through. Took 21 minutes to finally get a kickable position for Tane Edmund. He kicks this one, 3 points to 0. 24 minutes into the game, the Blues was able to get a penalty right in front. Literally, almost immediately after they take they opt to take the 3. Perifetta misses one right in front. 31 minutes into the game, the Blues had a try disallowed. They had a 5-meter line out going for the instead of going for the they opted for the penalty to go for the line out. They went for the more, and then it was ruled an obstruction. The ball carrier used another player as a shield to peel off and run for the try. So that was not necessary. He could just probably gone for himself, considering that there was pretty much nobody in front of him. So that was try disallowed. The 34 minutes into the game, following a scrum penalty, the Blues again went for a line out. This time a quick crash ball down center field, and then just pick and go, pick and go, pick and go. And then big boy, Tuanga Fasi quickly pick and drive, crashed over next to the post for a try. 3 points to 7. The Blues gets themselves in front. And that's the halftime score, 3 points to 7. Second half, early in the second half, it looked like Dalton Papali'i has gone in for the try at 2 minutes into the game. The Blues were just building pressure, really good form momentum, and then Dalton Papali'i just picked up, saw a big gap in front of him, and ran through. And on the replay, the big gap was opened up because Hoskins Sotutu basically cleaned out Mark Nwaganitawasi and just drove him way past where he needs to, and then just literally cleared up a gap for Papali'i. So another try was disallowed. Following this, the 48 minutes, the Blues had repeated penalties. They go for the scrum. They go for the back themselves to get the try. Like I said, this is where the Blues had a scrum. Looked like it was going forward on the Ofa Tuangafasi side, and the referee says use it, and then Finlay Chrisley didn't take the ball out, and then the referee actually reversed the scrum feed, which was really, really bad decision. Even Michael Hooper, who was in commentary, said that it was a filthy decision against the Blues. 50 minutes into the game, more Blues dominance, penalties, and what's his name? Stephen Perifetta kicked the ball dead from the penalty touch finder. 57 minutes into the game, again, the Blues just keeping it tight, just big muscle boy, just rumbling through. Hoskins Sotutu basically rammed himself through, got really close to the try line, drawn in a lot of defenders, and the quick ball came out, and it was like 3-on-1 against Mark Nwaganitawasi, about 5 meters short from the try line. Just a quick ball cut pass, and Chris Sullivan, what's his name? Zahn Sullivan went in for the try. And this was a really interesting try as well, because Mark Nwaganitawasi was by himself in the back line, and he tried to deliberately knock the ball on. He missed. He literally jumped, lunged himself towards the ball to try to intercept it, to knock it down. He missed. If he had actually knocked the ball down, it would have been a yellow card penalty try. So that was quite stupid for even trying that. But yeah, that was. I thought that was just kind of like a brain fart there. 13 points to 12. This was the worst conversion from Zahn Sullivan's career. Completely shanked it sideways. Didn't even get anywhere close to the goal line. And so the scoreboard 3 points to 12 with about 20 minutes left. 60 minutes into the game, the Waratahs given out 7 penalties in a row to give another penalty right in front, where the Blues has opted to take 3, and Zahn Sullivan missed another one right in front. The Waratahs had some opportunities around 65 minutes into the Blues half and got really close to the try line to drop the ball, just passing the ball amongst themselves. Yeah, pretty poor efforts there. The 72 minutes in the game, the Waratahs had a more set up in the Blues, again, red zone. The ball got collapsed, and the ball was sealed off by the Blues player, and it looked like Hoskins Sotutu dragged one of the Waratahs player out of the ruck illegally, but the referee just let the more illegally, but the referee just let that go. So that was a little bit of weird decision there against the Waratahs, I suppose. 74 minutes into the game, Waratahs still has possession advantage inside the Blues half. They had a 15-meter line-out option to them, and they just got the line-out stolen. Another blown opportunity right there. 74 minutes into the game. Finally, 78 minutes into the game, Waratahs gets another penalty. They go for the maul. They go for the drive, and it was peel and go. The reserve call up on the day, Funon Ka Lafi crashes through for the only try for the Waratahs, 78 minutes. And 80 minutes into the game, the Waratahs are trying to run 80 meters to potentially get a penalty or something, and they got caught on the breakdown for taking an extra roll. Jordan Way said, nope, that's just not allowed, and the Waratahs ended the game 10 points to 12. Had plenty of opportunities in the last 5 minutes or so to potentially get more points. But yeah, again, poor execution. Really lackluster game for both teams. And yeah, let me know your thoughts about this game. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks to everyone who supports me financially with the donations. Check out the store, I guess. Some merch if you want. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later tonight for the Six Nations. Cheers.